So we talked about how one of the biggest threats to the U.S. is basically the dollar collapsing, but more importantly, in the long run, the world getting off of the dollar as the world reserve currency. That's like the biggest threat to the U.S. That, you know, our economic hegemony is coming to an end, and that bodes really poorly for this country. It really, really does. We're going to go through a lot of pain, and a lot of other people. Basically, the world's going to stop subsidizing us is the gist of it. But there's other ways in which Trumpism has just absolutely fucking cooked us in ways that, you know, you can't even quantify it yet, but it will become readily apparent in the near future. So take a look at this. We've lost over 10,000 STEM PhDs from the federal workforce in a single year. 10,000! Never thought the U.S. would ever allow this type of brain drain to occur. That's exactly what this is, y'all. This is brain drain. From the Department of Health and Human Services, National Institute of Health, Food and Drug Administration, Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. We are hemorrhaging the best and the brightest. That's what we're doing. Take a look at this. China graduated 1.3 million engineers last year. The U.S. graduated 130,000. Oh my God. Do with that information what you will. This anti-education slant makes a malleable workforce that's easier to dominate by the capital-owning class, but it makes us a dumber country overall, and AI won't fix it. So, because of Trump's policies, you have massive brain drain. On top of that, we're simply graduating way fewer engineers. We have 130,000 versus China 1.3 million. What do you think the results of this are going to be? What do you think the results of this are going to be? It doesn't take a genius to figure out that the trajectory here is pretty clear, that China gets the mantle as the world superpower, but also the world's scientific hub. So Flint Dibble says, we are witnessing the modern equivalent of the burning of the Library of Alexandria, the reckless destruction of knowledge, heritage, hard work, and brilliance, just to watch it all burn. So he tweets, the new dark age, the Trump administration has launched an attack on knowledge itself by Adam Serwer. Trump and RFK Jr. are destroying a generation of knowledge. The gutting of the administrative state of the universities and of its expertise is like something out of the Cultural Revolution. We are watching a scientific superpower destroy itself. This is from September 8th from the New York Times. And then this, U.S. government has lost more than 10,000 STEM PhDs since Trump took office. A science analysis reveals how many were fired, retired, or quit across 14 agencies. So this is what happens when you have Trump take over and you have Elon take over. And what did Elon do? He had carte blanche to illegally hack into the government on the back end, basically loot the treasury, delete whatever the fuck he wanted to delete. And what did he do? He went after U.S. aid. So that's hundreds of thousands or millions of lives destroyed, killed as a direct result of that because people are not getting their malaria medication, their HIV medication, the food that they need. But they also cut medical research, scientific research, pediatric cancer research, the National Weather Service, right? All the actual important stuff government does that involves intelligent, science-minded people, medical-minded people, that was all cut. The foreign students, they cracked down on the foreign students. Just the fucking ICE raids in general and our new immigration policies. Who wants to come here when they feel like shit? I might be shipped to fucking Gitmo, or I might be shipped to, CCOT in El Salvador, Alligator Auschwitz. I don't want to fucking go to the U.S. Where am I going to end up? I don't even know. They can put me in a fucking concentration camp for all I know. Right? So what's happening? The smartest, the best, and the brightest are going, fuck that country. I'm not going there. I'm done. I'm not going there. I'm not doing that. And then you put RFK Jr. as the head of Health and Human Services. Okay, well, what did he do? Limited access to the COVID vaccine. Put vaccine skeptics on the advisory panel. Fired the CDC director after a month because the CDC director wouldn't go along with his junk science. They fired 1,260 people at the Epidemic Intelligence Service. They ended U.S. support for the global vaccine program. They helped kick millions off Medicaid, canceled the flu vaccine campaign. They're trying to link antidepressants to violence. They laid off thousands of HHS workers in total. They released that Maha report with fake made-up ChatGPT bullshit in it, and they released it like it was real. You also had mass resignations. RFK Jr., the head of science in this country, told Bernie that healthcare isn't a right. The head of science in this country thinks nicotine is good for you, methylene blue is good for you, taking testosterone and human growth hormone is good for you. He takes a peptide that makes his fucking skin darker, like he's a bodybuilder. He's obsessed with mitochondria. He literally eats roadkill. He bathed in a sewage-infested creek. And this is the guy that's making our health decisions? Well, he's making catastrophic health decisions. He's destroying our vaccine preparedness. He's changing the standards to something that science would never agree with and doctors would never agree with. And as a direct result of all this, science is directly under assault. So these people who made up American science are going, I think I'm done. I think I'm getting out of here. There's like, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. What am I doing all this for? You know, they put up roadblocks and they make it harder for you to do real science. Because God forbid you like promote vaccines. God forbid you need a grant to study pediatric cancer research, right? They're against that. So it is, it's bad, bro. It's as bad as it can get. And this is the sort of generational damage that there is no reversing. Just like there's no reversing Trump's trade war. So he did the trade war. He goes after all of our allies. Now, it's possible to go in there and reverse the policies, yes. But the damage is done because the world can never trust us again. Because even if you fix the policies, how do they know the next president's not going to come in and go back to Trump's policies? And so you told the world to go fuck itself, and they're responding, okay, well, fuck you too. That's what they're going to do. And so that has repercussions. This is the exact same as that, where you can't destroy like a multi-decade study on a certain illness. You can't just like blow up that study as Doge did, and then like the next person comes in and they just pick it back up. No, once that's destroyed, it's over. It's done. Once the faith in American science is destroyed and there's enough damage done, people are just not going to look to America as the place to go for science. And we were the place to go for science. And now it's like just a complete fall from grace like that. Like that. I saw a thing the other day too. They're like new vaccine trials were canceled with one of the pharma companies. And they were like, yeah, the public kind of turned against vaccines, so we're not going to do new trials on this vaccine. It's like, so now they're pandering to the dumbest among us is what they're doing. And, you know, on the one hand, you can't even really blame them because who would want to do vaccine research in this environment when you might become a target of the administration for daring to even do that? Why would you put yourself through that? So we are going back in time to like the Dark Ages. We're going backwards. We're going backwards. And these people think they know what they're talking about until, like we're already seeing, you got a massive measles outbreak, right? Like you're going to get outbreaks of all these illnesses that we thought were gone because a bunch of fucking idiots are making the decisions and all the intelligent people have been put through one too many shitty things and they're like, I'm just going to leave the US. I'm just going to take a job elsewhere. So they are fleeing at a record pace and it's only going to speed up. So yet another way in which this is the silent destruction of the US that nobody's even really talking about. And this one hurts. This one hurts big time.
Hey y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop. And watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.